I just want to ask a series of questions. Why do we do things that we know are bad for us? Why do we do things that we know are going to hurt us or other people? Really though, even at the time, as we're thinking about it, we know it's bad, we know it's wrong, or we know we'll regret it. Sort of makes me wonder, maybe it makes you wonder, do we really have control over our decisions? Do we really have that much influence over our own willpower? Or is it just that our spirits and our brains and our bodies are at constant warfare? Or maybe that's just some of us. Maybe that's just me from time to time. You know, if you're looking up surveys or quizzes online to see whether or not you're depressed, you probably are. Excuse me. Well, I hope that came through really well. I hope that cough was loud and clear, because I finally got a new and better microphone. New microphone? Who dis? So why did I choose? Yeah, surprise, by the way, this is gameplay. Except it's also me waxing philosophical and serious. You want to see that? You want to see a man lay his heart out, speak candidly from the soul, completely unrelated to what's happening? Probably find that more interesting, because you probably don't play Marauders, if I'm guessing. Because I'm probably showing you this video right now because you're probably my friend if you're watching this. Otherwise, nobody is watching this, except for me. And that's okay, because I did it for me. It's fun to show other people. But ultimately, and I mean ultimately, doesn't matter if it gets 1 million views, or 2, or just the one from monitoring it when it goes live. It was about finally doing something that you'd thought about, talked about, made plans for. One of those times, man. Always the talking about it, always the thinking about it, but never the execution. And that's the scariest thing of all. That's the worst. It's not the sins of commission. It's the omission. When you knew you should have done something different or better. All the what ifs, the missed opportunities. That's what hurts the most. Like Scatman John said, the things you call dead haven't yet had a chance to be born. The things you call dead haven't yet had a chance to be born. This is one of the absolute loudest sequences in all of video games. But no, really. We need people to seriously talk about that, think about that. What is up with us as people? What is up with us that we can know perfectly well what to do, how to act, and still we fail to follow through? Are we just all naturally deficient? By the way, this is about to get loud right here, so I do hope you're wearing good headphones or something, or that the speaker quality we're listening to this on is pretty decent. At the same time, gunfire noises. So, would you like to hear a video of how Shifty Salad put his symptoms of mental illness into remission? Nobody yet. Oh yeah, you gotta watch this. This is what happens when you stop caring. This is what happens when you stop being worried. And you just go for it. Also, they recently had just buffed the armor, so stuff that I already had was much better. At any rate, that's not what we're here for, though. There's plenty of gameplay. Footage. Plenty of gameplay footage from plenty of other people, other content creators. As soon as the dev blogs and as soon as the updates roll out, you got 4 or 5 other people, instantaneous, high quality reviews, and it's fantastic stuff. You should go watch it. Pterodactyl and the alphanumeric thing, I can't remember, game channel. I'm horrible at remembering names anyway, so, but you can shout out channels, it doesn't matter. But absolutely, if you don't know how to look up, find information in the digital age, in the internet age, that can be taught. That's easy. And nobody, whoever you are, don't tell me you're too old or too confaggled, whatever the situation is, to understand technology or computers. I mean, didn't the baby boomers, or rather their parent generation, literally figure out how to extract incredible amounts of practical, useful, and deadly weaponized energy out of the somewhat smallest particles in the universe? And then the baby boomers, their children, then they sent people to space on what was essentially a TI-86 calculator, except, oh yes, pardon me, a TI-86 was vastly more powerful than what they actually used. Let alone the kind of stuff we're using. But at any rate, no, dude, you can understand. The whatever 70, 80 years old in between literal toddlers can have and do use the stuff. Are you telling me that you're not smarter than a toddler? You sell yourself short, honestly. If I'm being blunt, if I'm being aggressive, it's because the amount of achievements and scientific innovation of lots of generations, even when people say if you brought technology, modern technology, back to ancient times, they might not have freaked out as much as people thought, honestly. Because if they were already completely down with the idea of insane, mystical, mythological, and by insane I mean very wild and very intriguing, etc., etc. Not that, you know what I'm saying. Anyway. It might not have surprised them. It may not have. They could have been prepared for who knows what. It just amused just amazes me that people managed to show up in completely foreign lands to each other when writing down on paper or anything was still a new thing. And even before that, and managed to not only communicate with each other, but learn each other's languages, and then eventually be able to extensively document and replicate each other's languages. But then again, how many people care that much to geek out about linguistics or the history and origin of languages? Actually, a few of the friends I have that I know who may watch this, or whom I may force to watch this, they would. And they do. And they will. Raiders. And that's why I needed the industrial paper. Because it will get you to level 40 instantly. That's all it takes. That's all you need. Goodbye. Oh.